変わらずあの頃に話した夢を僕は追い続けてるよ。もう今年から忙しくなるような。でも変わらずこの場所はあるから。 So everybody stays still, the rubber days will return to show. Everybody's show is beginning, there's a reason, make you want to live away, as if you will live forever and live as if you die today. 先ありた場合もないくだらない話をしては泣き笑い慰め合いそう終わらない歌今歌うよ Dream as if you will live forever and live as if you die today. 俺さえバカもしたね、よく怒られたね。ただ楽しくてそんな日々がずっと続くと思ってたけど気づけば大人になっていってそれとともに上もでかくなっていってそれぞれが選んだ道 We have to carry on Our lives go We know でも変わらずこの場所はあるから。 So everybody stays feel the rubber days will return to show. Everybody's show is beginning, come through the reason, make you want to stop it like rain, as if you will live forever and live as if you die today. 先ありた場合もないくだらない話をしては泣き笑い慰め合いそう終わらない歌今歌うよ Dream as if you will live forever and live as if you die today. We are have a forgettable and pleasure treasure. It was forever. It was forever. ずっと一緒絶対 So everybody続いてすごくこう尖ってた部分もあったし、なんつうんだろうな、本当にこうギラギラしてたので、そういうます知ってる人もいると思いますけれども、ぜひもし知ってる人がいれば一緒にそっちの方も歌ってみてください。欲望に満ちた青年だ。一度はあの光を見たんだよ、とても綺麗で、でも今思えば汚かった。あれはいわゆるバッデイドリームス。光が眩 しすぎて周りが見えずただただ日々を棒に振ってたあの日今だから笑えるよ一度はあの幕を開けたんだよとても重くてプレッシャーやみそれに勝つためにただ嫌なやつでそして気がつくと真っ暗な部屋に一人ぼっちだった終わったもう戻れないなんて歩くのもやめたでも I'm not alone I'm not alone We're not we're not we're not alone お金じゃ買えないもの手に入れて一度光浴びてそして今度は騙されぬように僕らは今目指すよ欲望に満ちた青年団誰かが言った言葉それすらその時は流して今になって気づいたよ欲望に負けた少年団、yeah We have grown 囚われないように上向いて歩けもう一度光浴びてそして今度は騙されぬように僕らは今目指すよ欲望に満ちた青年団誰かが言った言葉それすらその時は流して今になって気づいたよ欲望に負けた少年団ありがとう
Coba cakap.
Hello, testing 1 2.
Dari kau.
Okey. Tak dapat pakai je punya tu.
Kenapa?
Pergi.
Dari dulu di sana. Berapa lama?
Sejam je.
Kita buat lagi semua.
Hah?
All right. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to our event this morning that is entitled Hala Tuju Selepas Bergelar Graduan Pengurusan Seni. So, for your information, this webinar is organized by final year arts management student G06 GKP 3253 under the guidance of Dr. Masdan bin Adi Amaran, who is our program advisor. And our speakers for this webinar this morning are mostly Unimas Arts Management alumni. And they are Olivia Irina binti Petrus, who is a master's degree student, Muhammad Qayyum Shafiq bin Baryamin, and production assistant at New Deactive Sendirian Berhad, and 2 panels from TVS. And they are Claudia Kinu Anak Crimson, assistant news producer, and Lorenzo Isaac Anak Kuni, who is a news anchor and broadcast journalist. So I would like to thank all the speakers for taking their time being here today as our speaker for this webinar. And before we get started, I would like to invite Muhammad Shafiq Safwan bin Muhammad Saudi to do a prayer to ensure our event this morning to go smoothly.
First of all, terima kasih semua sebab datang. Al-Fatihah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wasallam. Ya Allah ya Rahman ya Rahim. Hanya padamu sahaja kami panjangkan kesyukuran atas segala rahmat dan berkat-Mu. Ya salam. Bersempena dengan sesi webinar pada hari ini, kami benar-benar memohon inayah dan taufik. Kurniakanlah kesejahteraan dan kebahagiaan kepada kami. Ya Basit, bukakanlah hati kami, lapangkanlah dada kami, supaya kami dapat mengisi ilmu dan pengetahuan yang akan dikongsikan oleh alumni-alumni pelajar pengurusan seni. Ya Zal Jalali wal Ikram, kami memohon kepadamu agar engkau memberkati sesi webinar ini dan semoga engkau memudahkan segala usaha-usaha kami bagi menjayakan webinar yang amat bermakna buat kami, supaya kami sebagai seorang pelajar yang bakal menjadi graduan dapat merencanakan jalan khususnya dalam bidang pekerjaan dengan tips-tips dan dorongan yang diberikan berdasarkan ilmu dan pengalaman oleh alumni pelajar pengurusan seni. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar wa qina azabannar wa qina azabannar. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa barik wa sallam. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin.
All right, thank you, Safiq Safwan, for the prayer. So, without further ado, let's begin our webinar this morning. So, I would like to introduce our first panel, who is Olivia Irina binti Petrus. As what I mentioned earlier, she is the only panel who pursued a master's degree. So let's get to it. So I would like Miss Olivia to do a little bit of introduction. So can you please introduce yourself?
Okay, thank you Miss Nicole. Saya akan jawab kamu punya soalan dalam BM-JA. Okay,
Alright.
saya Olivia Yuna binti Petrus. Saya juga merupakan alumni UNIMAS untuk pengurusan seni dan sekarang saya pursue saya punya study dalam master dan masih meneruskan dalam bidang pengurusan seni. Dan sekarang merupakan semester 2 saya dalam master ni.
Alright. Can you tell us a little bit what inspires you or what causes you to pursue your master's degree?
Kalau untuk master ni, memang dulu saya memang berniat untuk sambung master. Lepas tu, lepas habis master habis degree tu, saya dapat tawaran daripada UNIMAS untuk sambung master. Lepas tu, saya pun accept tawaran tu. Lepas tu cari supervisor dan isi borang permohonan masuk master dan bincang dengan supervisor untuk langkah seterusnya dalam master.
So since you are in the you are doing your master degree, can you tell us the process of it? What do you learn? What is the difference of pursuing your masters and your degree?
Kalau untuk master, sekarang ni saya ambil untuk research mode. Kalau untuk degree dulu, dia kan coursework, jadi dia ada kelas. Tapi untuk master ni, dia tak ada kelas. Dia cuma ada meeting dengan supervisor. Lepas tu, untuk examination, dia tak ada macam examination paper. Dia cuma presentation. Presentation tu adalah examination. Lepas tu, kita cuma perlu fokus dengan penyelidikan. Lepas tu journal dan menghadiri satu conference. Kalau untuk master ni, kena publish satu journal untuk melayakkan kamu bergraduat. Jadi, kena fokus juga untuk journal.
Oh, I see. So if you are in the master, it is necessary for you to publish your work, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So what is one of the benefits that all the juniors and the final year student can get from you? Like, what is the benefit of pursuing our master's degree?
Kalau untuk master ni, dia memang tak jauh beza lah dengan degree. Cuma kalau untuk master ni, kita lebih fokuskan dengan kita punya penyelidikan. Lepas tu kalau untuk kalau untuk master ni, minimum tahun dia 2 tahun untuk belajar. Tapi dia ada boleh extend untuk master ni. Dia sampai 5 tahun. Jadi kalau korang nak sambung, tapi fikir lagi kalau macam kurang masa ke apa, just pursue it sebab master ni dia tak limit masa.
Oh, I see. Okay, so can you advise us like how do you manage your time when you are doing your masters? What is the cons of it?
Kalau untuk saya punya master, penyelidikan memang kalau kamu semua tahu yang Gantt chart untuk atur kita punya masa. Jadi saya pakai Gantt chart tu untuk timeline saya punya penyiapan saya punya thesis, journal, semua tu. Jadi kalau dah siap dengan satu task, saya akan tick. Dan kalau macam saya punya Gantt chart, saya punya target untuk Julai saya kena edar borang. Jadi sebelum Julai tu saya memang kena dah siap dah untuk macam pilot test, untuk questionnaire. Jadi kalau Julai tu nanti memang terus start lah untuk edar borang.
Can you share us a little bit of your advice to our juniors and our final year student? Like what can they learn and what can they expect in the master's degree world?
Kalau untuk ni sebab dia kan tak ada kelas, jadi mungkin ada yang macam kalau dulu kita kena bahagi masa untuk satu kelas untuk assignment ni, untuk assignment tu. Tapi kalau untuk master ni dia lebih macam santai, kira macam santai sikit lah daripada degree sebab fokus kepada satu task. Tapi jangan delay, tu je. Jangan delay sebab walaupun tempoh 2 tahun tu dia macam pendek tapi macam panjang, tapi kalau digabung-gabungkan dengan workloads yang lain, komitmen luar juga, jadi dia macam jangan expect yang kamu dapat siap on time kalau kamu delay kamu punya kerja.
So since you are in your master, so dulu before graduating, what pengalaman sebagai alumni pelajar pengurusan seni kan? What is the perancangan selepas tamat pengajian? And then what is your cabaran yang dihadapi lah?
Kalau dulu memang satu sebab kalau orang lain kan dia orang decide untuk kerja, saya pun ada terfikir untuk kerja, tapi saya memang juga berniat untuk sambung master, jadi saya terus fikirlah sambung je master. Saya fikir why not macam tu. Jadi lepas habis tu dulu, saya dapat untuk tawaran tu dalam bulan 10 kah, tapi saya tangguh untuk intake. Sepatutnya saya masuk untuk intake Disember, tapi saya belum ready, jadi saya masuk untuk intake March.
So is there any like final advice for all of the juniors and the final year student before we proceed to the next panel?
Kalau advice, kalau korang decide untuk pilih kerja kah atau untuk belajar, yang tu korang masih ada masa untuk berfikir lagi. Tapi kalau korang rasa macam lepas ni korang nak capai apa, kalau contoh korang nak kerja apa nanti, lepas tu matlamat korang tu korang nak apa. Jadi kalau korang rasa ambil master ni lebih dekatkan anda dengan matlamat yang anda nak tu, jadi sambung master. Tapi kalau bekerja tu yang mendekatkan anda untuk macam matlamat anda untuk earn money, jadi anda boleh sambung untuk cari kerja lah macam tu.
Okay, so thank you so much, Miss Olivia Irina, for the sharing session. So, to all those who attended this webinar, do you guys have any questions? If you have any questions, you can just ask. You can just raise your hand, or you can just type it on the chat box. If you have any questions for Miss Olivia related to any of the master studies.
Hai Tante Mary. Kalau yang tu better kena buat pemerhatian lah dekat negeri tu sendiri. Lepas tu kalau untuk pembacaan, kalau macam untuk literature review, kamu boleh buat, contoh kamu di Sarawak, jadi boleh buat literature review di Sarawak, tapi sebelum edar borang tu ataupun untuk membuat penyataan masalah, jadi kamu kena tahulah masalah tu memang ada kat tempat tu, jadi kena buat pemerhatian dulu sebelum buat kajian dekat tempat tu. Lepas tahu yang masalah tu memang ada dekat tempat tu, then you can proceed dengan metodologi kajian kamu, lepas tu dengan literature review, baru kamu buat pemerhatian lagi pas turun padang untuk edar borang ataupun buat temuan dekat tempat tu. Okay.
Okay, so for the rest, do you guys have any other questions? All right, so if there are no questions, so I would like to proceed to the next speaker. So for the next speaker is Mr. Qayyum Shafiq bin Baryamin. So as what I mentioned earlier, Mr. Qayyum Shafiq bin Baryamin, who is the production assistant at New Detective Sanjian Berhad. So welcome, Mr. Qayyum Shafiq. Thank you for being here this morning to attend our webinar. So first of all, I would like you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the things that you do.
Hello, good morning. Boleh dengar suara? Boleh kan? Okay, Assalamualaikum dan selamat pagi kepada semua perjuangan dalam art management. Lagging ah?
Yes.
Oh, lagging guys. Sekejap ah.
All right. It's okay. Take your time.
Sekarang okay. Rasanya saya kena off video kot.
It's okay. So you can just proceed and just introduce yourself.
Okay, nama saya Muhammad Qayyum Shafiq bin Baryamin. So asal dari Sabah. Sebelum ni ambil course art management juga. Study untuk batch 2018, 2019. Betul Elvis? Kalau okay. So Elvis ni dia satu batch dengan saya dulu. Jadi sedikit sebanyak macam yang korang dengar tadi, saya punya jawatan sekarang adalah production assistant, which is production assistant ni dia luas lah kalau korang nak ceburi nanti. Production assistant ni dia luas sikit, dia bukan setakat tapi mainly on broadcasting lah. Kalau korang, sebab kita ni bukan aliran ke broadcasting, mungkin korang akan sedikit terkejut lah kalau korang masuk ke bahagian broadcasting ni. Sebab apa yang kita belajar dekat art management ni, yang korang hadapi adalah event management. Kebanyakannya ada event management kan, korang akan handle event apa semua tu. Tapi on production semua ada. Production manager semua ada, top management memang ada. Cuma content creator macam writer semua tu kan, yang buat content untuk TV program ataupun apa-apa, contoh nak pergi shooting, untuk handle cam, semua tu kita memang tidak buat lah. Tapi saya time tu memang praktikal. Encik Syah letak dekat New ID Active ni, iaitu under syarikat Astro lah. So saya production assistant mainly on offline and online editing TV program. So offline dan online editing ni, dia online editing lah. Kalau setahu korang, kalau TV program dia ada editing dia. So korang pun akan terkejut juga kalau korang akan masuk, sebab kita tidak ada basic yang ajar pasal editing juga. Tu event macam korang tahulah PKP kan, zaman saya masuk practical tu tengah PKP. So event management mana-mana badan organisasi pun memang tidak aktif. So kena sumbat je mana-mana. Lepas tu Cik Syah cakap, okay, kau Muk dengan Gibson, dengan Arira, dengan Aiman, ada lebih kurang 7 orang atau 6 orang. Tak silap saya, Nick junior pun dia ikut sekali. Kalau Nick ada dalam grup ni, Nick faham lah tu apa yang kita orang practical time tu. So sepanjang kita orang shoot ni, TV program yang paling korang boleh tahu, mungkin boleh ingat atau Dewi Remaja. Macam sekarang ni kita orang ada Dewi Remaja sekarang, tengah ongoing. Ada Hero Remaja, ada Roda Panas, Nona Superwoman. So mainly program untuk TV Astroria, Astro Prima pun boleh. Dengan sekarang akan ada program Astro Oasis juga. So ada tiga program lah sekarang. Dan kita orang punya main base dekat Karangkraf, Selangor. Dan itu saja lah setakat ni untuk latar belakang untuk production dengan diri saya sendiri.
Okay, so since you are in the production production scene, right? So you said it is something new to you. So can you tell us a bit about the challenges that you encounter and how do you deal with those challenges during when you are in the working world?
Okay, challenges ni macam mana saya nak hadapi cabaran ni. First kali kalau kita sebagai student art management ni, mana-mana student lah, student yang ambil degree, bagi saya keluaran untuk student-student yang keluar daripada degree ni, first information tu, apa yang kita dah belajar tu mungkin saya confirm lah mungkin 20% atau 10% korang akan bawa keluar. Tapi mostly apa yang paling penting adalah interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills ni macam korang tahu in general lah. Korang ada communication, cara leadership, cara korang critical thinking, macam mana korang handle benda dalam pressure. So interpersonal skills ni kadang-kadang terbentuk sebabkan hal yang kecil je lah, macam group assignment, dan dia pun masuk pergi satu tahap lagi, korang ada buat event. Lepas tu orang percayalah, orang-orang yang pegang jawatan ni dia punya interpersonal skill akan lagi ke depan. Orang-orang yang pegang jawatan ni, apa-apa jawatan pun korang sandang sekarang, saya pasti memang korang punya interpersonal skill ni lagi banyak lah korang belajar. Jadi bagi saya penting jugalah untuk bila kita ada interpersonal skills selama 3 tahun study tu, korang keluarlah mana-mana pun. Korang pergi mana-mana broadcasting, korang pergi event ke, apa semua kan. Apa-apa jenis pekerjaan pun kalau interpersonal skills korang okay, macam contoh korang boleh communicate well, korang boleh lead orang dengan bagus, korang boleh handle apa-apa benda pun, situation dalam pressure. So bila korang dah start praktik ni time 3 bulan tu, 3 tahun study tu, korang keluar, korang masuk pergi mana-mana pun, saya rasa korang boleh survive. Dan itulah cara saya survive dalam broadcasting, tanpa tahu apa tu editing, tanpa tahu apa tu shooting, tanpa tahu apa-apa hal tentang broadcasting. So itu pentingnya lah interpersonal skills, itu yang saya bawa.
Okay, so since we are, most of us here are final year student, right? And then we are still unsure of what to do after we graduate. So can you tell us a bit about what can we do to compete untuk mendapatkan tempat lah dalam industri? What is the right path to do? The right way to do?
Okay, right part. Kalau jalan yang tepat tu, bagi saya mungkin saya tidak boleh bagi tahu jalan yang tepat kot, tapi mungkin jalan yang lebih fleksibel. Sebab korang student ni, sebab saya pun pernah jadi student, saya pun pernah confuse, saya pun pernah macam mana arah tuju lepas study ni. Okay, mana nak sambung, dengan siapa saya nak contact. Okay, first kali sebagai student korang kena ada guide. Korang kena ada guide untuk masuk dalam industri ni. Macam contoh dah habis study kan. Dalam industri ni siapa-siapa yang lecturer korang yang aktif untuk tahu dalam industri. So kalau saya dulu guide saya Encik Syah. Encik Syah dia cakap dia kenal dengan banyak company. banyak company yang aktif dalam industri. So sebagai student yang baru korang yang tak ada macam mana, macam mau habis soal ni, kalau boleh tolonglah aktifkan bertanya. Sebab bagi saya orang yang akan dapat apa yang dia mau tu, dia kena banyak bertanya. Bukan setakat dengan Cik Syah. Tengok website. Tengok apa production yang sedang aktif sekarang. Apa yang tengah mengambil sekarang. Apa yang nak buat untuk interview. Sebab kalau korang tak ada macam mana nak cakap. Macam ini realiti hidup lah. Kadang-kadang dia bukannya tak ada pekerjaan. Inilah realiti hidup. Bagi saya pekerjaan berlambak. Bila saya masuk dalam industri ni, pekerjaan sangat banyak. Tapi yang sedihnya, bukan semua orang nak cari.
So, what did you learn and experience in your working world after having years of being in the working world?
Minat dari awal memang tidak tanam minat dalam benda ni. So okey ke line saya? Takut lagging pula.
Mr. Kayum, a bit lagging lah.
Dengar?
Can you repeat?
Hello?
Can you? Hello?
Hello, dengar?
Can you repeat again what you said?
Lama soal lagging. Lama soal lagging.
Baru
okey,
saja.
saya repeat balik lah.
Okay.
Okay, testing.
Okay, clear.
Clear. Saya tengok. Kalau lagging bagi tahu je.
Okay, boleh.
Okay, so saya ulang balik
Alright.
the right path kan, jalan yang betul. So first kali jalan yang apa lagging lagi ya?
No, the question was what did you learn and experience in the working world after having years of being in it?
Experience lah.
Yeah.
Okay, experience dalam pekerjaan sebagai production assistant ni maybe saya first time untuk banyak berjumpa dengan pelbagai artis. Itu first lah, artis. Tapi jumpa dengan artis, jumpa dengan shooter-shooter, dengan editor-editor yang editor dalam Astro, orang-orang yang dalam industri. So bekerja dengan orang ni, kadang-kadang kita tengok artis-artis ni dia latar belakangkan banyak latar belakang jenis-jenis orang lah. So korang nanti kalau nampak artis dalam TV tu sebenarnya itu kadang-kadang bukannya diri dorang yang sebenar lah. Kalau saya honestly speaking dengan korang, kadang-kadang artis ni dia banyak juga ulah dia. Kadang-kadang kita nak minta dorang jadi host,
Belumnya.
kadang-kadang demand. Lepas tu kadang-kadang saya lah ada mungkin hati-hati je rasa diri dorang macam diva. So nampak dekat TV tu macam nanti bila jun dorang terfaham lah. First itu impression je lah. First, lepas tu company pun dia dah push untuk kadang-kadang buat kali.
Okay, so before, hello, Mr. Kayum.
Okay.
Hello.
Dengar.
Okay, do you have anything more to say, to share?
Saya
Hello.
takut laggingnya ni.
All right, it's okay then. So, can you tell us the last advice that you would like to share with us to our final year student and all the juniors?
Okay, last advice macam yang saya sebut lah sebelum ni. Sebab time hari tu Cik Syah pun ada buat webinar dengan student junior yang lagi junior kot. So first kali bila korang dah habis ni, korang kena fikir macam mana korang nak survive dalam hidup. Kalau korang stay dekat rumah, lepas tu tunggu untuk rezeki datang, memang tidak ada lah. Tidak ada istilah kalau korang nak stay dekat rumah. Kalau korang stay dekat rumah untuk check website, untuk isi-isi apa, okey lah. Tapi at least korang kena carilah. Walaupun bukan bidang dalam industri pun, saya sarankan korang kena keluar juga. Kalau boleh, kalau tahu industri kita ni tidak berapa aktif, macam dekat Sabah memang tidak berapa aktif lah, tidak seaktif dekat Semenanjung. So berhijrah lah. Inilah masa korang untuk berhijrah, untuk tengok potensi korang bekerja dengan orang lain. Tengok, saya pun sekarang, saya dulu logat Sabah tu, sekarang bercakap macam ada macam melekat Semenanjung sikit kan. Sebab komunikasi bila bekerja dengan orang apa ni, bila bekerja dekat Semenanjung ni mungkin kena communication tu kena macam mana nak cakap communication kena smooth lah, sebab bekerja dalam under pressure kan. So kalau saya cakap Sabah nanti takut tidak faham. Kalau saya cakap Sabah nanti orang tak faham. Jadi yang paling penting korang kena keluar lah dari kepompong korang sendiri. Kalau siapa dekat kampung tu, keluarlah dari kampung, keluarlah daripada bandar, keluarlah pergi tempat lain. Korang explore lah. Inilah masa korang untuk explore. Lagipun usia-usia ni lah untuk masa-masa ni adalah masa yang terbaik untuk ambil risiko. Percayalah, siapa yang ambil risiko ni dikonfirm ada kelebihan. Confirm ada kelebihan. Tapi siapa yang stay di mana dorang kalau dorang stay tapi ada pekerjaan lain macam family business kan tak apa juga. Itu pun tidak apa. Tapi kalau dia stay dekat kawasan tertentu tu menunggu, okay, macam tu lah. Jadi ayat yang selalu saya tanam dengan diri saya kan, jangan gunakan ayat bersyukur dengan bukan rezeki tu untuk kita slow down kita punya usaha. Sebab saya tengok selalu orang cakap macam tu. Kita bersyukur je lah apa yang kita dah dapat, and then kita bukan rezeki kot. Bagi saya bila korang dah normalize dua perkataan ni dalam hidup, means korang punya usaha pun start slow. Korang kena usaha lebih tau baru boleh bercakap pasal bersyukur, baru boleh bercakap pasal rezeki tu belum ada lagi. Korang kena usaha lebih. Sebab banyak orang kan, dia lagi usaha lagi lebih dari korang, tapi dia belum terasa cukup. Dia kena buat lebih lagi. Dia kena push diri dia. Jadi kalau korang dalam comfort zone korang, memang korang akan macam tu lah. Saya bersyukur lah dengan apa yang saya dapat sekarang. Saya rasa inilah potensi saya. Saya rasa inilah yang apa yang saya boleh buat dalam hidup. Mr. Ini hidup anything. Korang pun tidak tahu apa potensi korang. Mungkin time you nampak lah macam okay boleh lead, boleh communicate. Last bila keluar nanti korang boleh buat benda lain. Korang boleh shooter, korang ada karya dalam kamera. So keluar, explore. Cuba explore. Bila korang explore nanti korang macam mana rasa puas lah. Okay, itu saja.
Alright, thank you so much, Mr. Kayum, for all the advices and the sharing. So basically, Mr. Kayum has said to us that do not take things for granted and always get out of your comfort zone and always push yourself to learn more so that you can move forward. So, do you guys have any questions from the floor? If you guys do not want to talk, you can just type in the chat box and ask.
Hello, Mr. Kayum. Boleh dengar?
Hello. Siapa ni lembut betul?
Amir Rashid, boleh dengar tak?
Okay, boleh dengar Amirul.
Okay, soalan saya, Cik Kayum cakap tadi kan, kita kena keluar daripada comfort zone kita kan. So, ada certain daripada kita kan, maybe akan ada macam family yang akan susah untuk kita nak keluar daripada macam, kalau boleh kerja kan, kerja lah kalau kita kat Sarawak kan, kerja lah kat Sarawak. Jangan kerja kat Semenanjung contohlah ataupun Sabah. So, macam mana Mr. Kayum pujuklah parents untuk macam keluar daripada comfort zone tu lah, macam tak ada duduk dengan family lah macam tu.
Okay. Ini saya boleh relate. Sebab kalau cakap pasal diberikan izin oleh family saya sebelah bapa dengan mak pun, the whole family tidak setuju. Sebab time tu PKP, bayangkan time tu PKP, tengah orang stuck, saya pergi ke Selangor. Time tu Selangor kan, paling tinggi kes. Tapi saya cakap dengan parents saya cakap, saya tak nak jadi diri saya yang sekarang ni. Saya nak jadi lebih. So bagi saya, kalau untuk Amirul lah kan, Amirul dia kena, dalam hidup ni kita kena tough. Kau kena kuat dengan apa yang kau nak. Kalau kau nak satu benda tu kan, kau kena straight to the point, kau bagi tahu je terus. Kalau kau kena ulang, kau ulang. Contoh kalau parents cakap, betul kau nak, aku nak. Betul nak. Aku tak kisah macam mana, aku nak. Sebab saya pergi ke Selangor pun, ini saya bukan nak cakap apalah, tapi semua perbelanjaan saya untuk pergi ke Selangor tu dengan parents, dengan mak bapa saya yang hilang pekerjaan disebabkan PKP, semua perbelanjaan tu saya hutang duit dengan orang. Bayangkan. Parents saya pun dorang pun dah start macam risau dengan saya sebab COVID kan. Lepas tu kewangan lagi. Kan, side kewangan. Lepas tu family yang lain pun tidak setuju saya pergi. Tapi kenapa saya boleh pergi? Sebab saya nak. Kalau ada sebab yang halang tu, itu sebab dia dari diri sendiri. Tak ada sebab lain boleh halang. Kecuali kau sakit ataupun kau accident dan koma di tempat yang sama. Tapi kalau korang masih boleh berjalan, masih punya niat, masih punya hati yang nak, korang boleh keluar. Itulah sebab saya nampak lah daripada macam iras-iras, macam mana Amirul ni mungkin dia macam struggle sikit lah nak keluar kan. Betul tidak Amirul? Jadi
Adalah sikit.
Keluar. Hidup kena tough. Kau lagi laki. Kau keluar. Janganlah stay tempat je sampai tu. Okay? Kalau betul-betul nak bagi tahu je parents. Kalau tak bagi tahu parents, bagi tahu sepupu-sepupu, cousin, pakcik-pakcik yang support. Bagi tahu dengan dorang. Okay, macam contoh ada pakcik yang rapat dengan kita kan. Okay, pakcik macam mana pakcik, saya nak pergi sini lah, saya nak interview dekat sini lah, dekat interview di situ. Mana tahu dia support, dia boleh tolong. Kalau tak pun hidup macam saya cakap lah, kena tough lah. Kau kena ada inisiatif lain lah. Kau kena, kalau macam saya, inisiatif saya memang saya pinjam duit dengan orang, saya pergi jalan terus. Lepas tu mak bapak saya time dekat airport, dia salam saya, dia peluk saya, dia cakap good luck. Macam tu je lah. Saya pergi dengan duit saya sendiri. Dan apa yang saya buat tu sekarang, family saya dah serba salah dengan saya. Sebab dulu tidak pernah suruh pergi kan. Tapi sekarang saya dah dapat kerja. Saya dah jadi, itulah. Saya boleh relate dengan benda tu, Birul. So, kena tough lah dalam hidup. Nak survive kan. Itu je.
Okay, so thank you for the question, Mr. Amirul. So do you guys have any other questions for Mr. Kayum?
Mr. Koyum lah.
All right, so if you guys do not have any questions, maybe you can ask during the end of the webinar. So for the next one, we will proceed to Miss Claudia. So Miss Claudia is we have Miss Claudia Kinyo Anak Crimson, who is an assistant news producer at TVS. So welcome, Miss Claudia. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you for inviting as well.
Okay.
Yes.
So before we get started, can you do a little bit of introduction? What do you do and what do you work as?
So, semua dapat dengar suara dengan jelas? Okay. Alright. So, my name is Claudia Kenu Anak Crimson. I'm currently living in Kuching, born as an Iban, local Sarawakian, and I'm working as the news assistant news producer, and I work for TVS, TV Sarawak, the on television of Sarawak State by Abang Jo. So basically, based on saya punya designation, you guys can tell that I produce news. As a producer untuk setiap bulletin yang ada di TVS. Tidak termasuk bahasa Cina dengan English lah. I can produce for bahasa Malaysia dengan Iban. So besides that, I also do a little VO, a little voiceover for Iban dengan bahasa Malaysia punya bulletin, dan juga half of my task is transferring or processing claim payments for our outside reporter, macam we call them stringer correspondent, basically a reporter lah. They work for us. They can either live in Lawas, Limbang, or the most furthest way lah in Sarawak. They also provide us stories from Sabah as well, from Sanakan, Tawau, and also luar negara, our neighbor country macam Indonesia, Singapore, and also United States and London. So I liaise with these reporters, as in doing macam tracking their stories, what they send every day to us, the stories, the breaking news from their places, macam di Sabah, dekat seluruh Sarawak dan juga di luar negara. Dan what I do every day, literally every day, I buat jadual, as in doing the rosters. We call them rosters lah. What will the reporters be doing tomorrow, the videographers and also editors. So I basically the one who will be monitoring the production in the news content in TVS. Yeah, that's the the overall thing that I do lah. Basically managing and producing. Yeah.
So Miss Claudia, since you have so much tasks to do on your plate, on your work, so can you tell us a little bit how do you balance your work life and your personal life?
Okay. I am no person to tell you that because I don't really work balance lifestyle as in working and my own personal time lah. But I can say that whenever you have the task given by you, you need to chase the apa nama the due dates because in news punya media industry we are literally ongoing process. We never stop. That's why because we work shift shift roster. I work Monday until Friday, but I still work Saturday and Sunday lah, but working from home by doing the roster all that. But in between Monday until Friday, I liaise with everyone in the department, also with our reporters outside. I take calls accordingly. Macam after 5, after 6, I don't really take calls lah because I know I work almost 8 to 10 hours per day. I give my all out that hours, but then after my working hours, I try to give my time to my families, my pets at home, and also my own time. So that is how lah, because you need to have the limitation or borderline in your working hours and also your personal life. Yeah, that's for me lah. Mm.
So can you tell us a little bit advice like what did you plan after graduation, and is it going according to your plan now as what are you doing?
Before I graduated, I was offered to be an practical intern around 1 month plus. Macam kamu orang maybe 3 months, is it? Yes.
Yes, 3 months.
3 months. But the way we did last time, because we are working under contract, they only gave us around 1 month plus, 1 month, 1 month, 3 weeks macam tu lah. Because the thing that we did was for practical was Rainforest Range Festival because the project only berjalan within that period only 1 month 1 month plus only. So we are being dikecualikan lah. We don't really finish those 3 months practical. But in 1 month plus that time we were very struggling because the 3 of us from AM, your other seniors, Belinda and also Desiree, the 3 of us went to Penang for the Rainforest Reach because the HQ was there. And we did everything in terms of producing and also managing lah. For my time back then, I was very interested in event management or gallery if I was given the opportunity. But now, last time we don't have the opportunity lah for the curators because museum was not open yet, macam bukan sekarang. So we pursue for event management. So what I can tell that I'm very interested in event management, so I put the niat in to pursue the event management. As in production, maybe I don't think we can survive in Sarawak for event because so many too little active macam kata Koyum tadi, too many little production yang tidak aktif. So I thought why not in general production management. So we went for if you guys familiar with the scope GETS 4.0 internship program by Graduan Sarawak, they offered us the internship for 6 months lah under them. So maybe the scope the GETS, they go through our resumes or the CVs. Maybe they saw me as a alumni for arts management. They give us maybe attach us to TVS. So I am one of the practical students lah yang berjaya masuk GETS through interview dan juga a little probation that time. So before I was graduated lah, I was offered that opportunity. Yes.
Miss Claudia, can you hear us? Can you hear me?
Yes, can.
Okay. Can you proceed to what you were saying just now?
In here kah? Understand, is it? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Ada terlepas kah the last time I talk?
Yeah.
Oh, ada.
Yeah.
Apa tadi oh? Apa tadi oh? Okay. Adakah saya apa nama? Okay. The way I thought I'm going to pursue event management is there because I have the niat lah. So I kind of find something like opportunity or initiatives from Kerajaan Sarawak. Like I said just now, GETS 4.0. It is like a platform for fresh graduates to apa nama having their macam first time work or practical di bawah GLC, di bawah Kerajaan Sarawak punya jabatan-jabatan dan juga swasta. And then this platform was the way that I thought maybe it is the only way that I can go into GLC yang ada event management, ada production management. Yep.
So since you mentioned that you are into event management and like into museum gallery kind of stuff, and then now you are working, it is totally a different thing since you are more to news, voiceover and all that. What can you share us about the experience and the new things that you learn?
Okay, the new things macam Encik Koyum kata tadi, we are in the management line. Dan kalau macam management di sangat besar in your production house, management boleh dikatakan besar. Kalau macam management di production, you can be the PM, the production manager, editor news, manager. So I am in the news now. I can tell that broadcast is very challenging, is very eye-opening because every day we talk with different people with different lifestyle, and also I managed to macam explore that our Sarawakians got huge talents lah for hosting and also voiceovers. But for me, if you say that event management can go into broadcasting, I cannot say that. You cannot say that because you have the foundation already, the management foundation. So anything that goes into managing and producing, you can say you can do it because you have the foundation. But satu lagi adalah interpersonal skill lah. If you have the interpersonal yang kuat, skill yang kuat, you can communicate, you can negotiate, you can engage with people, and also the plus point is you have the management skill. You can go with the industry now. I think so.
Right. Thank you so much, Miss Claudia, for the wholesome sharing. So, to all of you guys here, do you guys have any question towards Miss Claudia regarding anything that you want to know?
Yes, can. I can tell this way because I have a very flexible personality, meaning that I can adapt well. No, tak ambil masa yang lama because I'm surrounded with good people, and also I am surrounded with good bosses, and they lead by example, and that's why macam the news desk sekarang. Bosses, head of departments are very, macam mana, they are very productive lah to encourage us to work every day. That's why I can adapt, and also I think that the people around you, the colleagues around you, very macam encourageable. I think you can do better works every day lah. Even though you are a very slow learning person, but as long as your environment is there, your good colleagues are there, I think you can adapt very well. And also your apa nama, your interpersonal skills as well. Yeah. That's why event college, event faculty ataupun event Unimas yang very apa nama interactive, you can go for it because you can asah your potential interpersonal skills there. Not only apa nama stuck di AM saja. You can go with your cinematography students, kawan, dan juga those theaters students. I think you can learn better with them if kamu orang ada berkawan dengan orang lah. Because they are more interactive person, because macam arts management we stick with theory almost 80% and 20% korang hanya guna semasa advanced arts event management, tak silap saya. Yeah, so I think working with people in the industry itself can help you to improve yourself and adapt more better. Yeah.
Right, so is there any more questions for Miss Claudia? Okay, since there are no more questions for Miss Claudia, you guys can ask the questions later on at the end of the webinar. So next we will go to the last speaker for today. He is Mr. Lorenzo Isaac Anna Anthony. He is a news anchor and broadcast journalist from TVS. So welcome, Mr. Lorenzo.
Hi, hello, testing 1 2 1 2. Anyone can hear me?
Yes,
Right,
we can
okay.
hear you.
Right,
Okay,
first of
thank you for
all,
coming.
saya ingin mengucapkan terima kasih kepada pelajar pengurusan seni kerana telah menjemput saya sebagai panel speaker untuk saya ada sediakan slide untuk korang untuk jadikan sebagai panduan hala tuju selepas bergelar Graduan Pengurusan Seni. So first of all, saya nak tanya kepada semua pelajar, adakah semua pelajar di sini adalah pelajar terdiri daripada pelajar FYP ataupun ada yang junior juga?
I think there's junior also, but mostly over here is final year.
Alright, right. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna share my slides now lah.
All right.
Alright, okay. First of all, graduation ni adalah it's not the end of your studying life. It's actually the beginning. So after you graduate, banyak benda yang korang perlu nak belajar, as what Claudia have mentioned. Dalam arts management, almost 80% are theory. So what you need to do is you need to gain experience. So what you do after graduation is you sleep. Just kidding. Okay, so after you graduated, there are many ways you can gain experience. One, you can go to community college. Dekat Sarawak, ada Sentex, ada Kiatmara. And the second one, you can go to business school. So in business school, you can also refer back to your lecturer yang mengajar EBX. And then the third one is internship. Jadi dalam internship tu, korang boleh apply sebagai trainee. So in my case, I joined graduate enhancement training program, and that's how I managed to secure a job in TVS. And then the fourth one, you can join many NGOs to do volunteering work, community work. And then the fifth one, as we all know, during the pandemic, sekarang kita dapat belajar online. So it's easier now and it's more flexible now for you to attain experience. As what I have stressed more importantly is on experience is because if you go for job interviews, if you go for job hunting, yang majikan cari adalah experience. And in your 3 years of studying, this is how you should do it. You should plan your course and your subjects. So the first one, you need to finish your generic and elective subjects as soon as possible. Why? Because in your final year project, you need to have time to actually focus on your final year project, and at the same time, because you have 1 year left, you need to find job already. And I believe that most of you yang ada yang terfikir nak sambung master, try to find job first. That is your most important task. In that 1 year, your final year project, do your resume and do your final year project. And if can, try to get a part-time job. So focus on generic subjects such as EBX, business, because you need business actually. Just let's say if you could not secure a job in at least 6 months after you graduated, you can actually start your own business. And by doing business, you can actually do elective course. You can do information and communication technology. You can do lots and lots of things lah. So try not to think that art management is the only way for you to find job, but you can actually get jobs from other courses as well. The second one, you try not to underestimate other faculties or college events. Join them. Jadi SK, jadi NPP, join, be active. Pursue them because if you notice, ramai pelajar lain, diorang boleh buat event juga. And they can do better events. And you can actually learn from one another. So in a way that after you join the event, you can actually gain more experience and gain more connection. And then the third one, this is very important. Every semester set a goal to get a dean's list. So if you have a dean's list every semester, you will be able to make your parents proud, yourself proud, and try not to compete with other students. Your dean's list is your own because dia bukan macam di sekolah menengah lagi you have to compare marks. No, dean's list is your own personal achievement because when you go for interview, people would want to see your CGPA. And for those yang apply for loan PTPTN, your PTPTN can be waived if you have dean's list every semester, and you can use that money to invest, be financially wise. So use that money to invest in ASB, Takaful, Etika, or you can actually apply for insurance. So this one is very important. So you have to get dean's list every semester, one for yourself and one for your family and one for your financial security, and prepare your resume. That's what I have mentioned earlier. And if I understand that in arts management ada pelajar yang very talented, diorang boleh edit, diorang boleh melukis, prepare your working portfolios. This is very important. And gain connection all the way. Ada yang buat Fakka Fest, ada yang buat apa lagi? Event college yang lain. Try to gain connection, yang cari sponsor to keep their contacts number. So it's very important, especially yang buat internship selama 3 bulan tu. Try to get your connections, so you might need them in the near future. This is also very important. Try to get some rest lah. Right. So that's my guidance for yeah. Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Yes,
Yeah,
everyone
we can hear you.
All right, okay. This is very important for this is another tip for your FYP. Try to save another copy, one for yourself, so that kalau yang nak sambung master selepas belajar, your FYP boleh dijadikan sebagai panduan dalam masa depan korang untuk sambung FYP balik, and sometimes tajuk FYP korang tu boleh diguna pakai untuk elaborate more, to expand more. So yeah, that's my practical ways of how to secure a job after you graduated lah. Right. Is there any questions?
So, Mr. Lorenzo, since you have shared with us, can you tell us a little bit about how do you balance, how do you compare the experience like in degree and in the working world? And what have you improved from that aspect? What have you learned?
My experience in the degree world and the working world is totally different because in the degree world, like what have Claudia have mentioned before, it's only theories and jarang pengurusan seni buat event. So that is why I stress on other events in faculty events, college events, join them. Try not to put pressure too much onto yourself by joining too much events because you will just get tired, you will just get fatigued, and try not to take care of your health lah. And in the working world, try to put gap, meaning to say that you need to have a personal work-life personal balance. So it's very important for you to make friends in university so you can become lifelong friends. And in university, those friends are actually the one that can be guiding you, helping you. And let's say if you are having a stressful time at work, you can actually talk to your friends, not talk to your colleagues. Because at work, you need to stay professional. So if you have any dispute or if you have any, because in arts management, there's no subject that can teach us on how to deal with lots and lots of people unless if you go out for practical events such as Waka Fest and so on. That's where you will meet lots of people.
So, for the rest of you, do you guys have any questions for Mr. Lorenzo?
Yeah, I can hear you. Alright, okay. Untuk soalan tu, you need to have two things. One is preparedness. Korang kena betul-betul prepare barang-barang untuk masuk dunia pekerjaan. Selain daripada experience, korang kena sediakan resume pula. Working portfolio. And then the second thing that you need is resilience. Don't give up too early. Just don't give up. Try to apply for other jobs, not just in broadcasting, not just in event management. Try to look for other jobs in food and beverages. Try to look for other jobs in retails. Gain those experience first, because that in that way, I believe that those are short-term jobs that you're looking for. So um, you can actually work in retail for 1 year, and then after 1 year you gain experience, then you can naik lagi. So you can apply for other jobs. So in that retail experience, korang boleh naik jadi supervisor. So apabila korang dah jadi supervisor, korang senang lagi untuk apply job-job yang lain.
So for the rest of you, do you guys have any other questions? So for Mr. Lorenzo, I have a question regarding like how do you manage like the tension, the pressure in the working world, and how do you manage to stay professional? Like, is it difficult at first, or will you always know like the way to be, how to say, professional? You know?
Oh, I have to admit at first memang difficult lah. Okay, if you want to stay professional, you just be polite with your colleagues. That's all. Just be polite. And if you notice yang berjawatan tinggi dekat office tu, they're very they're very kept to themselves. They don't really mingle around a lot with other people. Is because they are staying professional. They try not to invade your personal life. Diorang tak tanya pun pasal hal personal korang, how's your family and things like that. You just be polite. You just talk to them about work stuff lah, work related issues. Kalau korang ada soalan, tanyakan soalan. Tapi kalau korang tanya soalan selain daripada hidup pasal hidup personal tu memang tak boleh. That's my principle lah. I really don't like to talk about my personal life at work. Yeah. I have lots of friends that I can talk to personal life, so I don't really talk to them, to my colleagues.
So, okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Lorenzo. So, do you guys have any other questions? Hmm? Okay, so if there's no any other questions, I would like to thank Mr. Lorenzo. Thank you so much for the sharing. I really appreciate it. And to all the other speakers as well, Miss Olivia, Miss Claudia, Mr. Kayum, and Mr. Lorenzo. Thank you so much for all the advices, the things that you share with us. We really appreciate it that you guys take the time to really share with us, your experience. We really learn a lot from here, and we can take a little bit, a thing or two from the things that you said, and we will hopefully will apply it. And okay, so for the last time, do you guys have any questions? No? Okay, so before we end our webinar for this morning, we would like to have all of you to open your camera and we will take a photo taking session with the panels. Okay, so is everyone ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for all the speakers this morning. Thank you for attending.
Thank you semua.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so thank you so much. So if you guys want to know more, you can just watch at our YouTube live, okay? For those of you who missed it. Miss Norain, yes, do you have a question? Okay. All right, it's okay. Okay, so for those of you who haven't taken your attendance, you can scan your attendance right now. Those of you who cannot scan, you can just do your manual attendance.
Thank you, Mr. Lorenzo, Miss Claudia, Miss Olivia, and Mr. Kayum for your sharing today. Thank you so much.
See you guys kalau ada rezeki untuk sharing session lagi. Bye bye.
Okay, Amirul.
All right, so thank you everyone. Thank you to all the speakers and all the students who joined this webinar this morning. Thank you so much. So you guys can leave the webinar. And for those of you who are from Mr. Mazdan class, you guys have to stay first. So thank you so much, guys.
Okay, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mirul, Bita, Mirul lah. Nggak ada Mirul.
All right.